looks like we're getting two videos today because not only was I trying to record my showcase for Made which is already out, so go ahead and watch that if you haven't already, but we just got some huge freaking news today when it comes to the update that's going to be coming into Heaven Burns Red. And this isn't just a regular update. We're not going to know about banners right now. We're not going to know about any of the events that are coming out after Made, but we do have a timeline that is available to us from the Heaven Burns Red official account. Today they did post their third volume of the localization of judgments, because as you may know, we are behind by quite a bit when it comes to us versus JP. And I think the end goal of all this is that we eventually sync up with JP so that whenever they get something new, we get something new. Whenever they get a new banner, we get a new banner. So I think what they're trying to do is they're really trying to ramp this process up, and this has its own pros and its own cons. I will get into that in a quick second, but let's go ahead and just talk about the really exciting stuff, because I'd rather talk about the really good stuff rather than talk about the really annoying stuff, which is not gonna be too many things. I think us moving really close to JP does make it so that certain units now you don't have to pull, you don't have to worry about pulling. We're gonna get quality of life a lot earlier than not, because there's a lot of stuff currently in Heaven Burns Red on the JP side that we currently don't have on the global side, and that will of course be something that we get very soon because of this update that we're going to be looking at. So starting off with one of the first things to talk about, because yes, as we all know, Heaven Burns Red has one of the best stories out there, and of course we are super behind when it comes to global's version with in comparison to JP. When it comes to how many chapters are out right now and how many parts that are missing, we are getting there very quickly. And with that being said, we are going to see a main scenario basically acceleration. We understand your eagerness to experience the latest main scenario, basically the story. So we plan to release the chapters that are available already in the Japanese version at an earlier date. So whatever JP has, we are going to get very soon. In the upcoming 100-day celebration, we will be presenting you with main scenario chapter 4 part 2. Remember, we are going to be getting a countdown event very soon for that, and I'm assuming this next celebration is going to be very big. This is going to be an insane moment for Heaven Burns Red for the global version. We're going to see a lot happening, and this is really cool to see that we're getting this at the moment. There is something to talk about as well when it comes to what we're going to be seeing in this 100-day celebration. I'm 100% sure a lot of y'all are already thinking Angel Beats is probably coming. They do talk about Angel Beats in here, and we will get to that in a quick second, but it's nice to hear that we will be getting basically all of what JP has in literally these 6 months. Basically, as 6 months goes, we are going to get not only chapter 4 part 2, we're going to get interlude 2, and we're also getting chapter 5 part 1. This is very exciting. I'm really happy that this is the case. This allows us to be able to enjoy the story alongside JP, so that no one gets spoiled. No one has to worry about accidentally seeing spoilers on the timeline like I have seen multiple times. And then we are going to see event story updates as well. Since event stories are not time limited and can be accessed permanently with the currency used to basically get the flashback battles, and we want our players to experience upcoming stories sooner. Therefore, in most cases, the duration of event stories will be reduced from 4 weeks to 2 weeks. Additionally, if a version includes a main scenario update or has too many new memorias, the duration of event stories for that version will be extended to 4 weeks. So they really just want to pump out as many side stories as possible, because although they probably aren't as, I say, important, quote unquote, there are some important ones and there are some ones that piggyback off of chapters, but a lot of it's really just to get to know the cast a little bit better, and for them to make sure that we get something new every so often, instead of having it to where there might be patches or might be events that make it so that we don't get a story update or another news side story. That's a really good thing to see. We are going to be getting the summer Yuina event. Hey, so that means on the 100-day celebration, Yuina SS3 is coming out, and that's fairly soon. I gotta make a video about that, because now we might actually know what banners are going to be coming out. Crime, Punishment, and Love is going to come out in March, and then Piece of Cradle is going to come out in April. I'm going to be looking at what those events are, because the events correlate literally directly to the banners that come out. So unless the banners themselves are not going to be following the side stories because we're going at an accelerated pace, we are definitely going to be looking at that, and that'll probably be my video either for tomorrow or probably very soon, because I think at this point we are probably going to be able to understand what banners are going to be coming out in case anyone is excited for those. Look at this little car in at the very top. This is adorable. All right, let's go ahead, get into the next ones. The next thing, exclusive benefit arrangements. To help players better experience the game with adjustments in event story and the main scenario, so they understand that with all of these things that are thrown at us, they have to compensate us with the appropriate amount of resources that we're probably going to need to be able to clear it, or to be able to get all the things done that we're probably going to be seeing within the acceleration of all the stuff that we're going to be getting. Each version will include a variety of benefit events such as login bonuses and daily free recruitments. So it seems that because we're going at a rapid pace now, they will finally be giving most of these banners that we are going to be getting daily free singles, which is a really great thing overall. And this allows for a lot of players to potentially grab some SSs that they didn't have before, or potentially get the rate up SSs that they kind of are trying to grab from the banner itself. So this is a really good thing overall. It's something that a lot of global players have been wanting, because JP receives so many different banners and so many different pulls that we are currently not getting, because they're kind of like combining banners. This is a really good thing to see overall. Each version will feature power training campaign, so this is free materials just for doing regular stuff, providing additional life stones. Great, because that means you can grind accessories, you can grind levels for your characters, and upgrade materials. Well, I already said that. To help players strengthen their squads more easily. They're basically trying to catch us up to the end game, where JP is at, which is quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie. We have added rewards for clearing main scenario missions and introduce campaigns for new chapter releases. So of course it's going to be how it was earlier in global, where it was like, oh, beat chapter 1 day 13, beat chapter 2 day 15 or 13. They're gonna give us more of those so that we are basically compensated or getting some benefit from completing the main story. And then we have added rewards for clearing main story missions and introduced campaigns for new chapter releases. Additionally, unique benefits exclusive to the EN version will be rolled out according to our update schedule. This is really nice to see. With the 100-day celebration that is coming up very soon for Heaven Burns Red, we are going to be receiving SS guaranteed ticket upon login. So that's a free SS for everyone, just for logging in, which is absolutely beautiful. Free 10 roll recruitment available each day, so everybody will be getting a multi every single portion of that event period, I guess you could say. My bad for tripping up on my words. A quartz abundance, a significant amount of quartz granted on login. Yeah, they're gonna be speedrunning banners. They're gonna be speedrunning banners. Oh, just because of this here, they're going to give us a crap ton of quartz because they know they're going to be throwing out banners like crazy. So this is going to be very interesting to see how they do this. Resource riches, ample life stones, and upgrade materials provided. So yeah, they definitely are trying to be like, hey, we're trying to catch y'all up, time to get caught up. Here's all the things that you possibly ever could need. It's really cool to see. Gameplay adjustments, score challenge difficulty increased. Previously, we lowered the score requirement for the score challenge to align with players' advancement, helping you adapt to this high difficulty mode and its mechanics. Basically, they're saying they knew they threw us into score battle very quickly, and they're giving us bosses that may be a little bit more harder than what you're available to do. So they lower the difficulty for that, but it seems like they'll be gradually increasing the score requirements now so that it is more challenging for us. I think it's a pretty good move overall. Some people are still going to be able to, of course, clear with the lower difficulties if they abuse some of the aspects of score battle. And then we're also looking at anachrony availability expansion. Considering players cultivation progress, I kind of don't know what that means. The difficulty of the anachrony currently open in EN version is relatively low and only available on weekends. After the 100-day celebration update, we plan to extend anachrony availability to the entire week instead of just weekends. That's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is going to be forever, or is it just going to be for the 100-day celebration. It seems like it might be forever, where it might be the anachrony is available all week. I think it's really good. I don't think it takes that long though to complete an anachrony. This is just good for those who are kind of busy on weekends, or for those that don't have the time to play the game as frequently. So this allows you to get the Nordstrom crystals you need to generalize the skills on other units. So this could be overall just a really good change, or a really good thing to bring out for a majority of the player base. Nothing really crazy, nothing exclusive that you have to get it done on the weekend. So this is really cool to see for adjusting anachrony and score challenges. But the main event, something that everybody has been asking for, everybody's been saving for, I've seen it all in my comments for quite some time, is going to be the Angel Beats collaboration process, because I know everybody wants to summon on it. Since the launch of Heaven Burns Red EN, many players have expressed keen interest in when the Angel Beats collaboration will be introduced to the EN version. Fully understand your enthusiasm and have been actively working on it. Just so y'all know really quickly, because this might be something new when it comes to collaborations. Just because Heaven Burns Red and JP ends up getting Angel Beats, of course, or Heaven Burns Red gets it in JP, it still has its own separate process has to go through when it comes to the licensing and all the different types of stuff for Heaven Burns Red to acquire Angel Beats, and all the characters, possibly music, art, everything that they could borrow from Angel Beats. So it is going to take some time for them to bring it, but at least they know that we want it, and it looks like we have an expected release date. We are currently in the development stage of Angel Beats collaboration content, and the collaboration between Heaven Burns Red EN and Angel Beats is expected to officially launch in mid 2025. So that means around your Augusts, around your Junes, your Julys, all of those type of months, we may be seeing Angel Beats come out very soon. So hey, at least we get a basically release date for it. Now the only problem I have with this is because Angel Beats right now, we're currently around 4 to 3 banners ahead of it when it comes to the characters that come after Angel Beats. Angel Beats SS1 Kanade and SS1 Yuri are going to be slightly less powerful than a lot of the characters we're probably going to see until this. So there is 2 options for them to do. One, they immediately bring out SS2, SS1 Kanade at the same banner alongside whoever else was on the first banner. I think it was Yuri as well, and then whoever else was on the second banner. They combine those banners into one. I could see it working, because then now we can start talking about characters that might be power relevant to whatever we're going to be seeing at that time. Because like I said, we're probably going to get SS3 Yuina, which is the Beach Yuina, very soon, and that's a really strong AoE dark unit. And with Kanade and Yuri coming out, and we're already a couple banners ahead, we're going to get even farther because of us expecting Angel Beats to come out in mid 2025. We're going to have a lot of banners by then, especially with how they're trying to ramp up basically the state of the game and trying to catch up with JP. So it is going to be interesting how they handle this. I do hope they understand the power of Kanade and Yuri in comparison to a lot of the units that we have currently in the game. Although 100%, if you love the Angel Beats characters, if you want to pull on them just because they're Angel Beats characters, by all means go ahead and pull for them. But when it comes to a meta standpoint as well, which is part of the portion of influence of if you want a unit or not, because of course you want your units to feel strong and stay strong for as long as possible, and hopefully, like I said, we see some sort of, I guess, say assurance that we are going to be able to have those characters still be able to be relevant compared to whatever we receive. Because if we're moving through banners at such a rapid pace, I have no idea how those characters are going to fare versus everything else. But that is pretty much it for volume 4 of what I would kind of say the dev notes, which is very interesting. I'm very happy with some of these changes. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this, because it seems like they're trying to make sure that if we are going to be a little bit faster and we are going to accelerate a lot of what's in the game, that they're going to give us what we need. And with us getting SS guarantee tickets, free multis, a bunch of quartz, it's looking really good for Heaven Burns Red. So other than that, this is very exciting. This is the second video for today. Hope y'all guys are having a great day. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.